Oh wait! I got to do it now. Wait! This is gonna be funny. Wait! You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional. Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Today, we shall be discussing Gen V with Season 1, Episode 4. And very explosive episode, if I may. But Chris, we're going to get into it. Where would you like to start, sir?
I guess let's get into the point of I guess the main story arc as far as where it's going with Sam, essentially. It's clear that I guess you kind of saw that in The Boys as well, the last season, the previous season of The Boys, about them kind of keeping prisoner all these suits and this horrible insane asylum type prison, like this Arkham looking place, whatever. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I'm just wondering like where it's going as far as like what Vought is up to as far as these suits. I guess they're just trying to create other weapons. I'm assuming, but
so
go ahead.
So the woods, like, what's the purpose of the woods? Like, what are they doing in there, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I was thinking that maybe they're testing on how to kill them, but I thought we've already went through the whole how do we take down a suit, right? Because they already got super, like I said, they already got super weapons, right? They already got Homelander. They don't need to make more of them. I mean, Sam is a killing machine. I mean, he just can't be controlled. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's unstable. But we don't really know what they're trying to achieve in the woods, especially with them as young teenagers or young adults. Like, I think there's a reason why they're experimenting with young adults and not the adults, like people in their 20s, 30s, whatever. I don't think we know what that is, but I thought they were trying to come up with the countermeasures.
Okay, so I could have sworn they explained that in The Boys. They were talking about how when it comes to the V, right? They were saying it was able to go into the blood system much better when you're like the younger you are than when you're an adult, right? Which is why like one of two things happens to an adult. It's either like you take the V and you explode, or it does get in your system, you take it, but essentially you urine it out, which is why, and you become an addict, which is why we saw
Butcher.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I could sworn that's how they explained it. They said like, yo, you have to like get them like essentially when they're young, essentially.
Well, not taking it, the experimenting thing. Like clearly they're taking a few of them. How many of them are in the woods? Let's start there, because I was kind of irritated. One, we didn't see Sam break out, like how he killed all those people to get out of the woods. I think that would have been an awesome scene, because all you see is like oh fuck, like all these people are here, right? He just go mad crazy and kind of see that. So I would have wanted to see that, and I think as we saw in the trailer, he sees people as puppets. Like at some point, that's what he really sees. We're gonna see that at some point, like him destroying.
Well, we saw it on the screen with the deep being the puppet right next to Jason Ritter. I thought that was awesome.
And that was hilarious. But again,
Jason Ritter.
Like, and they say this whole thing like every time.
Was that supposed to be like a Black Noir? It was like a Black Noir seeing like cartoons and stuff. Like, he said, "Hey, so we're your friends."
Yeah. So
I was like, what are you doing?
See, right there, we know it's a delusion, right? We know like there's nothing on the TV, but when we see him seeing real life as puppets, and then ripping them apart, like that's going to be a different thing, going on with that. I think of all the gross things that they show us, I think it was kind of a cop out that we didn't see that, as opposed to a penis exploding, which is behind you. But I was like, I thought that was a wasted moment. But again, who else is under there besides Sam? Because I would have thought he would try to free. There are other people. That's not in dispute. Like
Right.
Why didn't he try to free them? Were they asked to be freed? And for some reason he was like, no, we don't see that. And
Yeah.
I would like to know more about that. To me.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll put it like this. I know if I I'm gonna be selfish, right? Like if I'm in jail for so many years and I'm barely making it out to the point where I'm pushing out dudes, probably taking people's lives. I hate to say it, but selfishly, I would probably just run for it. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about other people. I'm just thinking about like, let me get the fuck out of here, and then that's pretty much it. Because to your point, even this small little Jiminy Cricket person who I'm thinking it was in my mind talking to me just disappeared, went down the sewer drain. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so at that point I'm like, yo, I'm left alone. So I can kind of, I was all right with that scene as far as like him not releasing other people. If anything, I find it always like kind of a trope in the sense like, yo, you get released from prison, you just unlock the thing. Let's be real as far as what humans really do. Humans are selfish people. Humans are selfish. Humans panic. Humans do all this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was all right with the fact that he's just like, fuck this. I'm thinking about myself. Let me get out of here. You know what I mean?
But this is if this was his first time escaping, I would go with you on this one. But this is at least his second time getting up out of here.
True.
So at this time, he like, there's anyway. We should have saw the scene. We should have saw it. Was it the decision right? Because I thought she escaped with him. Because somehow they end up meeting up together on the outside because they're at that store with together. So I'm like, if she went down the drain, how the hell did they even meet outside? And then you got Andre and them following the tracker and seeing these big ass craters, from place to place. So it's a lot of stuff that happened off camera that would have been better served on camera with the escape. I thought.
I agree.
But Jordan, so we got Jordan and we got Marie getting closer.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
So I think that's because there's only 8 episodes and they got to speed this shit up. So they're like, we got the love connection did all of a sudden seem all of a sudden. Like they were staring into each other's eyes, and I was like, okay, so they're about to be fucking. So let's just. Yeah. So come on, let's get. So what do you? So the loss of time. So
I think that was Rufus.
I saw the trailer for episode 5, and a lot of people are experiencing a loss of time because remember, she experienced it at the end of the episode, and Rufus wasn't there. So then I thought it was Jordan because Jordan was the only one in both scenes, right? Like, and I'm like, but then I don't. Why would Jordan do that? But I think next episode you're gonna find out other people are having time lapses.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who knows? I feel like maybe, in my opinion, it could be that Rufus is low key now turned into like, yo, you just made my penis explode. Now I'm turning into a supervillain. So I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I got so far. I mean, because we saw her have like all of a sudden just disappear point blank out of nowhere, and then actually, she's in bed and here he is in a robe, and so I feel like it could still be him because he didn't die. I mean, I guess technically he should have. You know what I mean? That was a lot of blood, but I don't know. Until they show something else. I mean, that's the only thing I got.
The reason I bring it up too, because watching it again, he seems sincerely like surprised, like, hey, this is not what you think, right? Like I know they're going for him being a creeper, and I get that, and maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe he did try to do that and it was connected. But I think we're trying to once we figure out what the true time thing is about, maybe in that moment that she wasn't there, like maybe all of a sudden he did try to seduce her. Right, but somehow she is more consensual. Like it wasn't.
So you don't think? Okay, so what you're saying is you don't think that it was even Rufus in the beginning either. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh,
because
okay.
whatever, because it happened to her twice. Marie ended up in bed basically with 2 different people, and she
I guess
blacked out.
I guess I just took it because Rufus is a psychic that essentially like she was hypnotized. But you're okay. Maybe to your point, maybe the show wants us to think it was Rufus who was doing this, which is why like he got what he deserved in a sense, but it really wasn't really him, to your point, in the sense of like maybe she was like a zombie to somebody else and she kind of went along with it. Maybe, who knows?
Because again, same thing with Jordan. She ended up in bed with Jordan, and she is surprised at how she got there. I mean, at least for us, she was talking to Sam, and then all of a sudden, next thing she knows, she's butt naked with Jordan, and she's like, what?
Yeah.
So so that was kind of weird. Well, then I thought it was Kate. Then I thought maybe somehow Kate is directly or indirectly helping the Woods because she can't control minds. So I thought
had to
maybe
check all of them all at once, and all these people, you know what I mean? And I would imagine, and not only that, I think what Kate though is she could make you suggest or do stuff, but it seems like people still remembers this stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless she just did what she did with Golden Boy, but she has a consciousness when it comes to that. She don't like doing that to like people shit she likes. She, if anything, it seems like now she's like only really using her powers if she feels like she has to, like, you know what I mean? Like, in a sense, because not only that, because it hurt, like, for one, it hurts her really bad, but how she couldn't even do it to Andre in the previous episode, where she's like, I can make you not do this, And he's like, she's like, oh, then do it, take off your glove and do it. She couldn't do it. Now, granted, I know like she was kind of like feeling like kind of had feelings for him, so obviously, but it kind of also showed that she has like kind of a moral compass, not necessarily on the level of Professor X, basically about saying like, I gotta ask permission to enter your mind. Do you give me permission? Like, she's not on that level, but at least she realized she's already seen as an outsider already. The last thing she wants is people just be like F off every time they see you. You know what I mean? Because so I doubt that is her. I highly doubt that she has anything to, at least with this case, she has anything to do with it.
No, I got you. So then I was thinking, well, maybe it's the dean, right?
But because,
isn't
she human? She's human though.
So that's what we thought about the senator who turned out to be a brain exploder.
Yeah. Well, no, but we thought that. I don't think anyone ever in the show ever said that she was just human though. Tech Knight actually said that she's saying nothing, that you're nothing but a human.
So I thought so. That's true. So to your point, with him, I thought when they met in the woods, like privately, like that's when she was gonna be like, boop, like she's gonna prove like she does have powers, right? And she was, I thought so. It was interesting. So I watched to give credit where credit's due. I watched the Honest trailer for The Boys seasons 2 and 3. And they pointed out how often Homelander was taken down by the simple threat of a social media video. Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute. And they did the same thing to Tech Knight. I was like, how many Boys universe villains have been taken down by the I'm gonna post this video on the internet? They're like, oh shit, I can't just break your neck right now, because I could just break your neck right now. Because they almost implied that he had super strength, right? Like it wasn't just he's acutely aware of of body language and that kind of thing, but he actually can hurt you, and he never did that either.
Yeah. He's kind of like, I mean, he's their version of Batman. So I think I told you before that like with the Boys, like there were certain issues I did read or whatnot of the Boys. I only know just like the bare minimum of Tech Knight, and he literally is the grip off of Batman in a sense that he wears a armor. He wears an armor and he does like superhero stuff or whatever. Oh. But the thing is though, his main power really is his senses. His like senses are just elevated to a high degree, and the fact that he can't control himself and he likes fucking everything. You know what I mean? So at least they kept that consistent, you know what I mean? And I love what they kept doing every single time they showed him like doing the video stuff. He's like, what was that? Say, I will find the solution to these holes. And showing like tunnels and stuff. I'm like, I see what they're doing. And I was like, are they going to do it? And then they did it. I was like, oh shit, so yeah.
So me not knowing the character, right? Like I didn't notice it. It wasn't until I watched it the second time that I saw him when he was like like circling the opening of the glass, right? and then he looked at the tape hole. He was rubbing the tape holder. And I was like, why is and then he did it. He did it with
donut. You saw donut. He looking at that donut.
He looked at that bagel. He was like, all right. And I was like, what is he do? And then once you put it, I was like, that is well done. Like that is
Yeah.
well done. Like it only works the second time around. So you have to rewatch to see how many times was he just staring at something, and you're like, why are they focusing so much on this thing? And then it's because he was trying real hard not to hump all these holes. And even the name of his show, like The Whole Truth. And I was like, I gotta go deep into these holes. I was like, hilarious.
Yeah, that was a different change. So his character, like I just said, he's just basically Batman, or he's just a crime fighter, and he gets the truth from people or whatnot by talking to them. And then he can tell if you're just lying by like smelling your pheromones or whatnot. He can smell all that stuff, or just seeing like a smallest bead of sweat and all this other crap, right? I love the change here in the sense of like, no, he's just a reality TV super detective. Like he's basically Sherlock Holmes, which is what people call Batman anyway. Like he's just another Sherlock Holmes. And I appreciate that change. You know what I mean? So I like that, because to your point, or I think you were saying earlier that, or maybe we were talking about a different video, that not everyone here, just because you have superpowers, you don't necessarily have to be a superhero necessarily. And I like what they're kind of doing with the show in the sense of, Gen V, like they got different career tracks. You know what I mean? Obviously, the most popular one is the superhero track, but then you can do other stuff like since everything's about social media and whatnot, you can get into reality TV stuff. You do stuff with what Emma is doing, you know, with the whole cricket, like Life with Cricket and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? And so I thought that was like so well done. And it, like you said, it came full circle at the end as far as why he was all into holes, essentially. Yeah.
I was wondering. I thought maybe he was gonna come back, but he's only like in 2 episodes. I think this actually is it for him.
Oh, is it? Really?
As a character.
Well, yeah, and then she did threaten him by basically saying, "Hey, look, you don't, if you know."
Oh, wait. So it's just so I don't know if he comes back, it'd be interesting to see where he fits into his overall thing. But the Dean, I just feel like the Dean needs to have some type of power or something. Like I'm hoping.
Does she though, or can she just be Lex Luthor? Why can't you just be Lex Luthor, where it's like she's just an evil genius human? Like,
all right, okay.
You know what I mean?
She thinks her opponent.
Yeah, everyone don't necessarily have to be Zod. You know what I mean? Like, no, man, just Lex Luthor her. You know what I mean? That's my goal. I hope she remains just human. You know what I mean? I hear you. You know,
I like Emma and Sam. I like Emma again. They have to speed the show up. So like Emma and Sam's instant, like bonding over, we're awkward, but we find a common ground within each other. I like that. I thought that was kind of cool.
Two of our questions have been answered. Remember, our first question was, will Marie figure out like that she can control blood within people's bodies? We found out yes. And then I think my question was with Emma. I was like, well, we knew when she throws up that she would become smaller. What if she ate more? So it was like, would she become big? And that was a yes. She's more. And I love the fact that, because granted, it would be different if it's Disney, because obviously Disney doesn't want inappropriate stuff or whatever. But I love the fact that they didn't do the whole thing where it's like I become a different size. I still have my clothes. No, like your clothes. Like this is the complaint I always have with like Bruce Banner turning into the Hulk, is like, what type of pants is this man getting that where like his pants stays on? You know what I mean? And that's
so. I hear you. I was actually I know where you're going with that. I was actually irritated though that somehow every time she shrank, her clothes, no matter what she wore, always fit her perfectly, no matter how small she got. And that's the opposite. Like that doesn't make sense. Like the clothes should not change with you. Like she should have been running around small.
I didn't catch that. Yeah. Unless the only thing I can think of is maybe she already had clothes that were that small, maybe. Because I did notice when she became small, she's not wearing the same clothes she had when she was a regular size. Did you notice that?
But that means that Andre and she went back to her dorm. She went through all her clothes and she found the clothes that was just the size of someone so small they could fit under a door. Like no one has that many clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't.
Well, you do if you have a reality TV show where that's all you're doing is becoming small. Because every single time she goes to a regular size, she's always naked. And to your point, if that's the case, if the clothes were able to go down, how come those clothes every time she goes back to a regular size, she never has clothes on?
All right,
that's what I'm saying. No, I understand. To your point, maybe they should explain it more or whatever. But to me, it was clear to me at least that because she's like everyone knows her like, oh, that's little cricket or whatnot. She is used to be in a particular size. So and then when she's that particular size, what do you always see her with? She always has like minuscule clothes, right? Matter of fact, when you saw in that first episode, when she wore those same clothes, at least one of them, the same clothes that she wore when she was saving Sam. Only the minuscule clothes. You know what I mean?
I get like,
but maybe she should have explained it more.
Explain that because like it's not like she goes to a standard small size. You know what I'm saying? Like in theory, she could puke herself into the quantum realm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, in theory. So it's like I was just like, but again, she got real big and she got naked. It just looks funnier. She's butt naked, sitting up there holding down Sam. And I get that.
That was kind of funny. Like get off me, get off me.
And it's somehow she was able to eat. She ate enough pasta to get that damn big. But this is the first like has she never done this before? Like just overate and like so it just seemed weird that she was able to be like, I got enough food to get enough. And with her size comes strength. Right. Like with Ant-Man, you're still the same mass. Whether you're the size of a penny or the size of a car still has the same amount of mass. So if she goes up to, if she's that big, she still should have the same amount of mass, of a person. Like so, when she ran through that person, that dude's ear, she should have been 100-something pounds. She should have just crushed his head. Like in that sense, like you should be able.
No, I think they went a different route than Ant-Man. You know what I mean? I think when they try to explain Ant-Man, they try to make it seem like, well, how's Ant-Man still able to be a hero if he's that small? It's like, well, because he still has access to the same strength and whatnot. And they try to, and I think that's why they say, oh, well, if you think about ants, ants can lift 100 times their body weight or whatever. And it's just so when a small little minuscule ant just punches someone in the face, he thinks it's like an actual, because to your point, if that's the case when he's small, then why isn't that when Ant-Man's that big? Shouldn't he still have the strength of just regular size?
Yes.
And he does, but they don't. But it's only convenient when he's big. So I feel like, I hate to just say it, they're trying to be realistic in the sense.
Oh, damn. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
So this is why I kind of like The Boys or whatnot, is because it gives you somewhat of a realistic take if powers did exist. Not only this is how the powers would go typically, but like what would happen when people freak out when they have powers and how people would utilize them. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, I don't think they were necessarily thinking about that with Emma's and her powers necessarily, but I like the fact of like realistically, when she goes to the ears, she might accidentally ingest some of the blood and brain matter and stuff like that, which is why she got bigger. I was like, okay, good job, y'all. That small attention to detail, because they didn't even have to have her to get even slightly bigger, but they threw that in there. And kind of just, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. Maybe it was me.
I know. So with Marie,
and I'm listening. I'm just walking for a second. Give me 1 second.
No, it's all good. So Marie's ability to explode Rufus's penis. Again, I was wondering why she didn't try to do that with Sam. Facing a much bigger, more dangerous threat. What about that moment made her? And then why was it just his dick? Like why didn't his whole body explode if she was able to control the blood? I mean, in the body, it wasn't like he had a boner at that particular time. It was quite flaccid. So like,
yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, how the blood thing work. But I think we talked about if Andre can control metal, right, and she can control blood, and together they should be able to kill any person, right? Because I mean, you got iron and you got the blood, and we talked about that. So we at least got the blood taken care of. So now I need Andre to do a Magneto and pull the iron out of somebody's body.
Was that X-Men 2 when that happened?
Yeah.
It was like gave them all great food. And
Mystique got somebody to eat extra metal, and so therefore he was able to pull out the dude's body, and do that.
It would be amazing if like somehow, I mean, that they use that maybe you see like extract maybe some of the DNA from both Andre and Marie to create essentially like this super villain who can essentially just make just people. Well, I guess they kind of did that with that girl exploding heads. So
yeah,
you know what? I mean, you don't necessarily need someone who could just control blood in people's bodies. You just got someone who just snatch a motherfucker's head off.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe that's overkill. Yeah.
That was pretty badass. I mean, but again, we don't know what they're trying to do at the school. So they could be trying to make super villains. They could be trying to figure out how to kill, like superheroes if they have to. And
Right.
and Sam would be a good example of maybe Homelander because he's super strong. So how do you take down? But they haven't killed him yet.
I'll say he's more like Black Noir in a sense where he's like, well, I mean, only Black Noir because he's like kind of out of it in his head. But he wasn't really, but he was loyal to Vault, so never mind. Maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah. Maybe, okay, to your point, yeah, I guess he would be more aligned to Homelander or maybe Lady Maeve.
So I mean, well, we haven't seen him fight like somebody to Maeve. It looked like he's stronger than Maeve, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe he's just out of control, so he can hit harder than Maeve. You know what I'm saying? But he don't have heat vision. Like he has super strength, and that's it. He has super strength that he can jump to.
He had that same jump as Maeve. Maeve, remember when she did that bus and she wasn't even injured? Like that bus was like just evaporated around her. I would say if she could do that. She could easily put her fist in someone's like whole body. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's just out of control. He's just out of control, mad. So that's one thing. But I don't know. We got to see the end game.
To your point, we were saying this in the last episode. I was shocked. I mean, we were both worried for Emma in the sense like, yo, when Sam finds out that you lying about his brother, and he took it much better. I mean, yeah, he wrecked some shit up, or whatever. But I was like, good on you, Emma, for telling him now, because I thought they were going to do this thing where it's like it's let it on too long to the point where he has a huge trust in you to the point where it's like now you reveal this, now he's like F you, and it's like just flicks her and then she's dead. She's just like a splat on the wall or something. I thought that's what this was going to go, but the way Emma's such a sympathetic character, and even just in the first couple episodes, I knew they just would not just kill her off like that, because all the crap that's going on with her, as far as like the whole thing with her mother, the whole thing with her relationships, and how like she's just seen as just this little iconic thing where it's just like just this little thing where people can just talk about like, oh yeah, like, oh, she stroked my dick when she was little or whatnot, and she's really trying to have a legit relationship, and it's all facade. And then her new friend that she thought was a friend is secretly recording her and releasing to everyone about how she becomes small by just making herself throw up. They put all this stuff in there where when we even talking about this whole thing with Sam finding out, we were like, he'll be pissed and maybe he does want to kill her, but there's no way they're going to kill her character off. Well, all the depths that I can see in this in this show, whatnot, and they're literally killing off Arnold Schwarzenegger's son. Whatnot, I was like, she gonna survive this.
She's going the distance. She's going. I feel if anyone can die, I feel like it's Andre and Kate. I feel like Andre and Kate.
I think Sam still might die though. I think Sam still has this. Yeah, those two absolutely. But I think Sam could still die in this.
All right. I mean,
towards the end.
maybe towards the end, if he's trying to save Emma or something, like it would be more like you know what I'm saying, like
it'd be like a sacrificial type of thing.
Yeah. I can see that. Like I think Jordan's too complicated to go. Also, powers have not been clearly defined. What powers do they have as a boy versus the powers they have as a girl?
There is no. I think that's the whole point. Remember how disappointed his father, his father was, because I think they were hoping that with V when she took V, that essentially Jordan would have this extreme different power, and partly, Jordan does with being super strong, impermeable to bullets, make sure like nothing can like penetrate her with bullets and all this other stuff. She's very really strong and whatnot. But as we see with the majority of times, if you're taking V, it's like, yes, you can get strong or whatever, and you can get all this other stuff, but there's another facet to it, right? Just like Andre, right? Because you saw Andre was able to hit Sam, but Sam was just having to be stronger. But his main ability was control metal. They were trying to find that main ability with Jordan, and unfortunately for Jordan's parents, is that the main ability is for Jordan to change genders, and that's why I think Jordan's father was just like, why are you doing this? Are you doing this to spite me? Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like that is the power. I think the power is just as strong as when Jordan's a male and a female in a sense. but you see that Jordan prefers to be the female more than anything. And I think only when like Jordan gets rocks a little bit, just think about like how like your brain kind of goes crazy when you like, I don't know if you've ever been hit in the face, but a lot of times, a lot of things happen when you get hit in the face. So I think that's why sometimes you see when Jordan's in a fight and maybe gets rocked a little bit, all of a sudden she turns into a he. Or maybe, but I notice when every time Jordan starts off as a man and he gets into stuff, then he transforms to a female in the sense of like, yo, this is who I feel like I am. I feel like that's one.
All right.
What do you think?
No, I think the man has the invincibility. I think the woman has this like push power or whatever. Like I think that each side has a different power. And like they're both her, they're both him because they start off as a boy. So they're both him, but like that's why like in the fight they'll change. Like when she was fighting Golden Boy, she consciously changed to the boy when she was about to get hit. Because like that's where her instability.
Because when I saw the boy like hit it, like have a shot too though.
So no, I'm not saying they're both strong. I'm saying the boy can take hits, like you know. So is an invincibility. That's what I'm trying to say. So the boy has can be hit, right? But the girl, like when she has some kind of push power. She has some kind of push power or something, like because there was a bubble when she hit Sam. It wasn't just a hit, like she hit him with something, some kind of force power or something. It's the best I can describe it. But look, it wasn't just a hit.
Yeah. It was the force. It was say being like, yo, let's continue this whole say being art thing. No,
yeah, like it was some kind of beam bubble thing. So I think both of them have their own, and maybe that's the whole point, right? Like whether I'm a boy or a girl, I'm bringing something to the table.
You know what? You're right. I actually forgot about that part with Sam. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. I guess your point. I guess we'll have to flesh it out a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, again, and what is it? And which side of her is attracted to Marie? Like, is it the boy or the girl? Because I don't know.
They're both. They share the same. I think they're the same people in the sense, like mentally, they're the same people. But Jordan as a male, like I think, because originally I think Jordan really is a male, right? But Jordan just identifies more as the female counterpart.
Yeah.
So I feel like both Jordans are attracted to Marie.
All right.
But Marie's like, yo, I like the male. I don't know. It's college, right? It's college. It's crazy. Okay,
I think that's the other aspect of it. I think that's why they're like it's college, so we can do this kind of fluidity thing. Justine has not come back. The social media woman that like tricked Emma and giving her story, like she hasn't really come back, and we don't know where her power is. So I don't know if she was just there for a couple episodes or she's going to be relevant like later on in the show. And then how are they controlling the kids? Because like I said, the episode 5 they're getting into more of the lost time thing. So other people are going to have lost time issues.
Are we going to see the dude who can go through walls again? We're going to get that.
Oh, the invisible student, the one that Jordan was.
Well, no, not the invisible, not the RA, not the invisible one. I'm talking about the one who like kind of screwing Jordan.
Yeah.
And then it like went away. He just went through the wall, and I guess the person next door was like, "Hey, what the fuck?
What the fuck, man?" So, I hope. Well, to your point, I hope more students get involved in this thing. Like, you know, because there's a lot of different powers they can explore, and like they come back to that character, so it's not just not just a sex moment. Like maybe that character, that character is actually useful. I mean, would be nice. And again, I want to explore who else is in the woods. Who else?
Looks like what's that? Man, what's the one with the huge ass penis? What is it? The dude we saw was a cellmate of Sam. Remember I think we saw him in the second or third episode. We saw the penis. Yeah. What was his name? Sex something.
It was sex something? I thought it was King Sausage.
Oh yeah. Or the sex was it? Yeah, is it King Sausage or Sex Sausage?
You read the book. You knew better than me. Like because
he was such
the one that wrapped he wrapped his dick around old dude's neck, right? Like when they went to this asylum, right? That day.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yo, we never bring this up again, ever."
It's like don't ever talk about this. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We got the invisible one is translucent sun. Oh no, I know that was translucent sun. I did not know that. Love sausage.
Actually, I did not know that either. Okay. Love sausage. Okay. Not okay. So I was close. Love sausage, not sex sausage.
Chris remembered that when we did the boys because I had no idea. He was like, "Oh, love sausage is coming!" Like because he knew all the characters. Like when they were about to go to the asylum. Are we gonna get any of the originals? Like legit? Like are we gonna get A-Train? Are we gonna get the Deep? Do you think any of them are gonna make a cameo around the end?
I mean, they have it. I mean, it's Amazon. They have the budget at least. You know, unless let's be real, none of these actors are like A-listers necessarily. I mean, I guess the guy who plays Homelander, he's getting more roles now, but they could theoretically have that. I feel like the main characters are like any of the like if you're talking about like the Starlights or the Maids or anything like that or A-Train, it might be towards the end of the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, I would say the ones that are most likely that was definitely probably see because they keep showing him in different facet or whatever is Deep. Yeah, Deep and perhaps maybe A-Train. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Deep or A-Train. Or like I'll be shocked we go the whole season and we don't legit see the Deep, you know, in a sense.
Yeah.
Unless that was how it was meant to be. It was just more of like kind of a jokester thing, like he's just like winking at the screen every time, you know, which I guess is kind of cool too. But yeah, but Homelander, doubt it.
No.
I doubt we would get Homelander. I mean, it would be cool, but yeah.
No. That's
I mean, maybe flashbacks. Maybe we can do some flashbacks, perhaps. You know,
perhaps.
maybe
If somehow they say the Woods has been around for years, and you know they were the first students at the school because they keep it. Well, Homeland was not a student. I mean, so they.
Well, no, I wasn't even talking about that. I don't even mean that type of flashback. I mean like a flashback of just like 2 years ago, where like maybe these kids who just found out they had like powers or became suits that like they went to like an autograph signing, and maybe like Homelander sitting and say, "Oh yeah, so your name was what?" You know what I mean? Maybe it could be something as simple as that. Maybe. Could be. I don't know. Maybe
they want the show to stand on its own to be like, hey, we don't necessarily need the adults, like Teen Titans is like we can be our own shit, you know what I'm saying, or something. Even though we are the sidekicks too, the main. Those are the guys. All right. Anything else for this episode, Chris?
Oh no. The show just outdoes itself, man. I remember. I guess. Well, that's the last thing I wanted to bring up. Which one would you say is the most craziest shit as far as like the most graphic shit? The last season of The Boys, when the dude basically went really small and went to the dude's penis and sneezed, or this one? I gotta say this one I think beats it, because at least when the guy was in it, you don't necessarily see like penis explode. You just saw him just exploding, right? This one was like fucking graphic. This dude was like holding like this huge like whatever. That was like a tumor. I was like, I don't know what that was. I was like, bruh, what is this? And then the thing just, you see him holding this exploding. This why I would say tops the cake as far as like one of the most the most graphic thing they showed on The Boys. Even Love Sausage, even compared to Love Sausage, like choking out. No, when he that's right, but he that's right. He comes at one point, right?
He did.
Like, oh shit. That's
yeah, man. Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know.
Will's milk was covered in milk. Now you can't beat that. You can't. And that being said, I somehow was wondering why Marie didn't have semen on her. Like I felt like she should have had a little bit of semen. But again, I don't know. I mean, this is the blood. I felt like we should have committed. Anyway, the point is the show wild. But like Ebony, she couldn't even believe it, dude. Like she was like, Dave, did you see this episode? Exclamation point. I was like, this must be wild. I was like, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it.
Everything was wild. I was like, oh, okay, no. It was like, they're like, no, that ain't nothing, So, yeah.
But it's well. Anyway, we got
through. Overall, good. I thought this episode was decent. Hoping we can kind of get more into it. To your point with the Woods and figuring out what the hell's going on there. But overall, I'm liking this, and it definitely is The Boys reincarnated in a sense. So, which I enjoy. So.
All right, Chris. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week.
See you.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Gen V is good. I need less sex and jokes. I need more The Woods. That's what I need. I need more The Woods. I understand what the world is going on there, and what perils does this mean for superheroes or the general public. It would be nice to get into that kind of stuff. But either way, we'll be back here for episode 5 on the weekend. We got some other shows for you, so look forward to all of that. But anyway, enjoy your day off if you have a day off, and if not, sorry about that. But anyway, we'll see you on Saturday. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoyed the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit,
hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
You want to go ahead?
Shit. Stacey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
But anyway, Please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.